This is Valerie Leffler, and you are watching Transportation Tomorrow, the place to be to learn about applied transportation innovation. Now, recent data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that transportation incidents accounted for 66% of roadway work zone fatal occupational injuries. And in almost 70% of these transportation incidents, a pedestrian worker was struck by a vehicle. Now, automated flagger assistance devices help make our work zones safer by getting individuals off of the roadway. And today, our guest on Transportation Tomorrow is Melissa Finley of the Texas Transportation Institute. She has conducted 2 studies on the best practices and cost effectiveness of these automated flagger assistance devices in Texas and Ohio, and she's going to share with us the results. Let's check it out. Go ahead and just a short introduction. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Melissa.
So I am Melissa Finley. I am a research engineer at the Texas A&M Transportation Institute. I have been here full-time for 17 years. I got my bachelor's and master's in civil engineering from Texas A&M University, and then stayed with the Texas A&M Transportation Institute and continued to do research.
Fantastic. And so, today we're talking about flagger safety and the various devices that are out there and maybe some of the pros and cons of each of those elements. Do you want to maybe share a little bit about how you became interested in this research?
Right. So I've always liked transportation. When I was in college, I thought it was an interesting aspect of civil engineering. Funny thing, when I was little, my mom always laughs and says that I wanted to fix the traffic signals, and I guess now I can do that if I wanted to. But work zones has kind of been the area that I came into when I first started working at TTI. I just have a passion for it, for the people that are on the roadway as well as the motorists trying to get through those work zones. And 2-lane roads seem to be a hot topic in recent years. With the oil industry coming in, a lot of states have also gone to some higher speed limits on their 2-lane roads. And so them being in rural areas and kind of sneaking up on some of those maintenance operations as we go around curvy roads has kind of been an issue for safety from the motorist standpoint and the worker standpoint. So that's what we've been looking at the last couple of years.
And so, just to kind of look at, in your research, the two state DOTs that you predominantly were focused on was Texas DOT and Ohio DOT. And you looked at a number of different applications and kind of different scenarios, and particularly looked at the cost benefit of, why this is a great investment or what options, in those returns. Do you want to, tell us a little bit about kind of what your research area in this area, what you found?
Sure. So a lot of times on those 2-lane roadways, when we close a lane, we basically have to put something there to tell the traffic that we've changed the normal traffic stream. So a lot of times that's been flaggers. Traditionally, there's been a person standing there, but we do know that there is those worker vehicle conflicts. They can be in danger. A lot of times when they do get hit, because you're talking about a car at a fairly high speed, we're talking about a fatality or a serious injury. So just trying to look at better ways to communicate with the motorist and to improve the safety of the worker, as well as kind of looking at the productivity side of it. So we can take that worker and maybe have them do something else in the maintenance zone that would allow us to have a faster operation or a more productive application, or just more quality as well. So basically we looked at the flagger themselves, kind of watched what they did, as well as 2 kind of devices. So we have the automated flagger assistance devices, or what I'll call AFADs because it's easier to say, or the portable traffic signals. And so there are 2 different devices. The AFADs are a smaller device that works really well if you're going to be at a location for a couple of hours to a whole day's worth of work. They basically are remotely controlled, so the flagger, while they still have to physically interact with the device, can be off the roadway. You can even have one flagger operate both devices as long as they can see both ends of the zone. So that helps some with the productivity part of it. With the portable signals, you actually remove the flagger completely. They act just like a signal you would see if you're driving down the road in an urban area. They do have to be timed with some calculations, so they're a little bit more I'd say just involved than picking up a remote for an AFAD. But those portable signals can be used also to regulate the traffic in that 1-lane section. Work really well in areas where you have a gentler slope. They do have a larger footprint. They're a larger device. And usually, typically for more than one day, and especially overnight, because you don't want to have a flagger out there. Again, the AFADs have to be controlled by a person versus the portable signals do not. So when you're talking about nighttime or you have to leave something up for an extended period of time, the portable traffic signals really become more feasible.
And so we talked a little bit earlier about portable rumble strips and those being used as a complement to these devices. Do you kind of want to share a little bit about, you know, that research and the development and what that's brought to these work zones that now are using, you know, these devices as a, you know, do they work better together? Does it matter? You know, what are your thoughts on that?
So, you know, portable rumble strips have been around. I think we were talking earlier about 10 years or more, but they really have changed in how they're developed and used. The materials that are out there now have just come a long way. And so we are seeing portable rumble strips in Texas. They're now required to be used in conjunction with the advanced warning signs ahead of flaggers. Ohio is also using portable rumble strips on 2-lane roads, as well as a lot of other states. So it's just one of those things. You know, we haven't necessarily studied them in conjunction, but what portable rumble strips do is they help alert a motorist. So we either have a drowsy motorist or the fun distracted motorist. And we're trying to basically say, hey, you know, you really need to pay attention to these signs, because up around this next curve is going to be something you're going to encounter that's going to require you to act. And so that just helps alert those motorists through a tactile and a sound kind of manner. Really, we are even in Texas, TxDOT has started using those on freeway facilities in some instances where they're expecting some cues to build up from congestion for lane closers. So just some really great applications that can be used there just to help before they get to the flagger or the device that's going to tell them that something is going to change and how to get through the 1-lane section.
And so from looking at those two devices, you know, if a city is looking to invest in those, you know, what were some of the cost benefit, you know, data that you were able to see as a result of your research?
So the cost for the AFADs are about $25,000 to $30,000. There are different portable ones and then trailer mounted ones. Now your portable signals are quite a bit more expensive. They're about $70,000 for a pair, but they obviously do more things. They also can have automated components that actually interact with your traffic volumes and different items. So again, it just kind of depends. Unfortunately, safety is a number that's hard to put your finger on. We know that there are instances where we do have workers killed and flaggers killed. While they are rare and random, when that happens, it impacts, you know, their families. It also impacts the work crew that has happened to. So there's other things than just the numbers that come in for that. But, you know, we did see that over the life of those devices, they really do pay for themselves, because you can use them on a daily basis out there. And the more you use them, the quicker that cost benefit comes to realization. So it really has to do with how often you're going to be using those numbers.
Thank you for watching. Now, I would like to hear from you. Do you use automated flagger assistance devices in your work zones? What best practices or challenges do you face keeping flaggers safe on a job site? Now, the best discussions happen after the video over on transportationtomorrow.com, so go there and please leave a comment. Now, did you like this video? If so, subscribe to our channel and share this with your friends. And if you want to learn more about awesome innovation in transportation that you can actually use, come on over to transportationtomorrow.com and sign up for email updates. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.